Let me first say God is good all the time. Once again, God is good all the time. Yes, I was tired yesterday. Tired of seeing all the pieces of trash that was about to get taken care of at that Virginia Beach Forum. A lot of people ask me, why do I go to these places by myself? I said, basically, everybody else knows who I am. And I'd rather my supporters getting the job done and allowing me to go ahead and handle business. Sometimes you just gotta walk alone. If you want to be the man, you have to beat the man. And what I did was dominated, crushed, and conquered all the competition. I'm 5-0. Nobody can beat me or stop me. The reason is because I put God first. Yes, I do. And at the same time period, I put my country first. What's making me sick right now is the fact that our election, our nomination, is being bought and sold and is being given to the highest bidder. People are dumping money into other people's campaigns for endorsement and have no clue of the substance of the person that they are trying to get elected or they're trying to get delegates for. None of them earn it. None of them. If you can't get past me, what makes you think you're ready for McAuliffe and the Democrats? They got 10 years of beating the pieces of trash that I just beat. The fact of the matter is, there's nobody in this race that is that damn good except for me. If they would have won, they would be bragging about it right now, talking about, hey, we finally got rid of the big bad wolf. And they found out there's a such thing as greatness and there's a such thing as failure, and they failed to complete the mission. Now, the ones who showed up, I thank you for being there. You showed heart, you showed courage, and you showed that you was willing to get into my lion's den. Now, to Kirk Cox, you finally showed up, but you finally showed up for another beatdown, and that's exactly what happened. See, I am not here to be Republican Employee of the Month at all. I'm sick of our country being on the line right now with everything on it. And we have the worst of the worst thinking that they could shell out a bunch of money and buy out our election and our nomination process. That type of stuff, that type of activity is going to cost us everything. We are facing annihilation, like I said. They're changing up how our children learn. They're giving them indoctrination. They're closing down our places of worship. They're having people masked up and living in fear, not in fight. And we don't have the competent leadership in Richmond, and we are going to send another incompetent politician to take on the Democratic machine. Republicans and conservatives that love their country, you deserve better. But you vote for these clowns. This is 5 times they have went 1-on-1, 1-on-5, 1-on-9. It didn't matter. And they couldn't get the job done, no matter how much money they shelled out. When I was walking past all them campaign signs lined up, all I saw was pieces of trash, people buying out our elections, and people not having the fortitude to go the long distance. Just because I'm tired is not an excuse. Just because you're a crybaby doesn't mean I'm going to give you an easy pass to do the garbage that you've been doing. We have dealt with the fact of hearing somebody say, I had 30 years of failure. We have another Chinese capitalist vulture that has basically sold our country and sold our Commonwealth to China, still shelling out money, and people care more about the money than they care about their country. That's the biggest problem we have right now. We are not vetting our candidates. We are asking for a desperate vote. Meaning, here's $5 and vote for me. But here's $5 and I sold my soul to the devil. The Republican Party has to wake up. If you want to be Democrats, you bring in a bigger and badder wolf and somebody who has a core and doesn't flip-flop and doesn't bow down to the establishment on either side of the political party position. You have to make sure you give out a message that people are willing to hear. People was falling asleep. I was almost falling asleep during this forum. The reason is I was hearing a bunch of people saying, I'll look at this, I'll look at that. That's really what they all was saying. I'll look at these different things. And people was looking for answers. You looking at stuff, you had all campaign long, you had years of time to look at the very same thing. And what we've been looking at is the destruction of our future. I'm going to tell you straight up, there's no such thing as an easy way. I'm not playing Mr. Nice Guy at all with these clowns. I'm fighting for my country. I'm fighting for every child out there, every patriot out there, every business out there that has been shut down or those that's about to be shut down. And I'm fighting for those corporations and more that's looking for ways to keep people with a job instead of them telling them to go home and we are unsure when you can come back. In Newport News, they laid off 400 more workers at their shipyard. As I was walking from my car straight into the hotel to go ahead and lay the smackdown on some rhino pieces of trash, I'm finding out my own area is becoming more desperate and more confused about what leadership means and who is going to act with responsibility in a time of crisis and not cost them their whole livelihoods and separate their families because they can't afford to take care of them. It's not just happening at the southern border. It's happening here in Virginia and all across this country. People ain't paying attention because they spend more time covering illegal immigration instead of covering what is really going on here in America and in Virginia. And that is the destruction of the family, destruction of what people worked all their life for. And now they are seeing it given away or they are selling it away just to survive. See, I'm going to take this Republican Party to a new level. Already beat up Lee Carter in the debate and Jennifer McClellan. And they don't want no more parts of me, but they got to deal with me 4 more times as most groups have started to ask, who is Rutledge? Where can we find them? And I'll tell them each and every time, you can find me any and every single place that you want me to go. Because I'm going to go that extra mile for my country. See, my last measure of devotion isn't going to be my death. It's going to be the death of the Democratic Party. And I'm going to have peace. And so will Virginia have the opportunity. May not be the equal outcome to know that this country and our great commonwealth will be stable, it will survive, and will come back roaring a lot louder than ever before. I just need for you patriots to help me along the way. Keep me in your prayers. Do whatever it takes. Keep getting the message out there. But there's no such thing as quit with our country on the line. That's unacceptable. But you're quitting as soon as you take those dollars and go with a candidate or support a candidate that doesn't care nothing about you, and nor do you know enough about them to find out why you support them. Money is not going to buy us out of this. That's exactly what the devil wants us to think. It's going to be your heart and soul and saying, I'm not going to act in the interest of some $2 hoe. I am going to act in the best interest of my country, and I could care less what you politicians think about it. We are in this mess because of them. That's why I said at the end, it's us against the politicians. You make your choice. You want to keep going over a clip, you want to keep losing, keep sending in the bench warmers. It's time to bring in the starting lineup. And the only other candidate I see that's ready to bring it home for us is Chuck Smith for Virginia Attorney General, without a shadow of a doubt. And he knows the Rutledge train is running hard and it ain't going to stop until we come to victory. So all next month, everybody's been told I'm going to be in Northern Virginia full time. And I'm going to be sending the Republican Party a message all across this great Commonwealth and the Democratic Party. Your pay for play is over. It is the people that come first. And y'all just need to get used to your retirement and never coming back, because we don't need any more of you politicians screwing it up. This is for Virginia. This is for America. And like all of our great presidents that was born here, we are going to continue the American dream. We will not bow down to Marxists or terrorists. We will not give up our guns, and nor will we give up our families. And nor will we turn another cheek and go another way, except in the path that God has bestowed on us. Every life has a reason why it's here. It's a reason for you to be here while God had gave you breath in your lungs. It's time to stand up. It's time to rise. It's time to fight like hell and take our country back. My name is Merle Rutledge, and I am going to be the next Virginia governor, running for the in my favorite phrase, oh hell yeah.